Top 45 N400 interview questions and answers. In today's video, we're covering the top 45 N400 interview questions and answers to help you confidently prepare for your U.S. citizenship interview. These questions are based on real interview experiences and official guidelines from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Let's get started and boost your confidence. 1. What is your full legal name? My full legal name is your full legal name. It matches exactly the name listed on my permanent resident card and my N400 application form. I have consistently used this name for all official documents, including my social security records, tax filings, and driver's license. I understand that providing accurate identification information is very important during the naturalization process. I confirm that there have been no undisclosed changes to my legal name since filing my application. 2. Have you ever used any other names? No, I have not used any other names. All my official documents, including my permanent resident card, passport, and social security records, are under my current legal name. I understand that the officer is verifying identity consistency, and I confirm that I have not used aliases, maiden names, or different spellings in any legal or official capacity. If I had used another name, I would fully disclose it as required on my N400 application form. 3. What is your date of birth? My date of birth is month, day, year. This date is correctly listed on my permanent resident card, passport, and N400 application. I confirm that the information provided is accurate and matches all official documentation. I understand that verifying personal details is part of the citizenship interview process, and I am prepared to present supporting documents if requested. I have carefully reviewed my application to ensure there are no discrepancies regarding my birth information. 4. Where were you born? I was born in City Country. This information is accurately reflected in my passport, permanent resident card, and N400 application. I understand that the officer is confirming my country of origin and identity details. I have consistently provided this information in all official immigration records. If needed, I can present my birth certificate or passport as proof of my place of birth during the interview process. 5. What is your current address? My current address is full address. I have been residing at this location since year. This address matches the one listed on my N400 application. I understand that USCIS requires accurate residential history, and I have updated my address promptly whenever necessary. I confirm that I currently live at this address and receive official mail there. I can provide proof of residence if requested during the interview. 6. How long have you lived at your current address? I have lived at my current address since month and year, which means I've been residing there for approximately number years and months. This information is accurately reflected in my N400 application. I understand that continuous residence is an important requirement for naturalization, and I have maintained my residence in the United States as required by law. 7. Are you married? Yes, I am married. My spouse's name is spouse's name, and we were married on date. Our marriage is legally recognized, and we live together at our current address. I provided all necessary documentation, including our marriage certificate, with my application. I understand that USCIS reviews marital history carefully, and I confirm that all information provided about my marriage is truthful and accurate. 8. What is your spouse's name? My spouse's name is spouse's full legal name. This name is correctly listed on my N400 application. We have been married since year, and our marriage is legally valid. I understand that the officer may verify details about my spouse to confirm my eligibility, especially if I am applying based on marriage to a U.S. citizen. I have provided all required documentation supporting our marital relationship. 9. Do you have any children? Yes, I have number children. Their names and dates of birth are listed accurately on my N400 application. I understand that USCIS requires complete information about family members, regardless of age or location. I have included all biological, adopted, and stepchildren as required. I confirm that all information regarding my children is accurate and truthful. 10. When did you become a permanent resident? I became a lawful permanent resident on date, as indicated on my green card. Since that date, I have continuously maintained my permanent resident status and complied with all U.S. laws. I understand that maintaining permanent residence for the required period is essential for naturalization eligibility, and I confirm that I meet the residency requirements set by USCIS. 11. Have you taken any trips outside the United States? Yes, I have taken short trips outside the United States. Each trip was temporary and lasted less than 6 months. I have listed all trips accurately on my N400 application, including dates and destinations. I understand that extended absences may affect continuous residence requirements, but I confirm that none of my trips disrupted my eligibility for naturalization. I maintained my primary residence in the United States at all times. 12. Have you ever failed to file taxes? No. I have always filed my federal and state income taxes as required by law. I understand that paying taxes is an important responsibility of permanent residents and future citizens. I have maintained copies of my tax returns and can provide them if requested. I confirm that I have no outstanding tax debts or unresolved issues with the Internal Revenue Service. 13. Have you ever been arrested? No, I have never been arrested. I understand that USCIS carefully reviews criminal history during the naturalization process. I have always respected the laws of the United States and maintained good moral character. I confirm that I have no criminal record and have not been involved in any illegal activities. All information provided on my application regarding legal history is truthful and complete. 14. Do you support the Constitution of the United States? Yes, I fully support the Constitution of the United States. I understand that it is the supreme law of the country and guarantees fundamental rights and freedoms. I am willing to uphold its principles and obey all laws established under it. I recognize that supporting the Constitution is a key requirement for becoming a U.S. citizen, and I take this responsibility seriously. 15. Are you willing to take the oath of allegiance? Yes, I am willing to take the oath of allegiance. I understand that by taking this oath, I will pledge loyalty to the United States and renounce allegiance to other countries if required. I accept the responsibilities that come with U.S. citizenship, including obeying laws, serving on a jury if called, and defending the country if necessary. 16. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? No, I have never claimed to be a U.S. citizen before being legally eligible. I understand that falsely claiming citizenship is a serious violation of immigration law and could permanently affect my eligibility. I have always identified myself as a lawful permanent resident when completing official forms or speaking with government agencies. All information I have provided to employers and authorities has been truthful and accurate. I respect the legal process and waited properly. 17. Have you ever registered to vote in the United States? No, I have never registered to vote in the United States before becoming eligible. I understand that only U.S. citizens are permitted to vote in federal elections. I have always followed the law and ensured that I did not participate in any voting activities while I was a permanent resident. I recognize that registering or voting unlawfully could negatively impact my naturalization process, so I have been careful to comply with all requirements. 18. Have you ever voted in a U.S. election? No, I have never voted in a U.S. election while not being a citizen. I understand that voting is a right reserved for United States citizens, and participating without authorization would violate the law. I have always respected election laws and refrained from registering or voting before eligibility. I confirm that all information regarding voting history on my N-400 application is truthful, complete, and accurately reflects my compliance with U.S. regulations. 19. Do you owe any overdue taxes? No, I do not owe any overdue federal, state, or local taxes. I have consistently filed my income tax returns and paid any required amounts on time. I understand that fulfilling tax obligations demonstrates good moral character and responsibility as a resident. If any minor issues ever arose, I addressed them promptly. I confirm that I am currently in full compliance with tax laws and have no outstanding debts with tax authorities. 20. Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party? No, I have never been a member of the Communist Party or any totalitarian organization. I understand that membership in such organizations may affect eligibility for naturalization under U.S. immigration law. I have always respected democratic principles and the values of the United States. I confirm that I have not supported, promoted, or been affiliated with any organization that opposes the Constitution or the democratic system of government. 21. Have you ever committed a crime for which you were not arrested? No, I have never committed a crime for which I was not arrested. I understand that USCIS requires full honesty regarding any unlawful behavior, even if it did not result in formal charges. I have always respected the laws of the United States and conducted myself responsibly. I confirm that my record reflects good moral character and that all information provided in my application regarding criminal history is truthful and complete. 22. Have you ever been in jail or prison? No, I have never been in jail or prison. I understand that criminal history is carefully reviewed during the naturalization process. I have maintained good moral character and complied with all laws since becoming a permanent resident. I confirm that I have not been detained, incarcerated, or convicted of any crime. My record is clean, and all answers provided on my N-400 application regarding legal matters are accurate. 23. Are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Yes, I am willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States if required by law. I understand that this responsibility may involve serving in the armed forces to defend the country. I accept that citizenship includes duties as well as rights. I am prepared to fulfill my obligations in accordance with the Constitution and U.S. laws. I take this commitment seriously and understand its importance. 24. Are you willing to perform non-combatant service in the U.S. Armed Forces? Yes, I am willing to perform non-combatant service in the U.S. Armed Forces if required by law. I understand that non-combatant service may include medical, logistical, or support roles. I recognize that serving the country in this capacity is an important responsibility of citizenship. I am prepared to contribute in any lawful way necessary and uphold the duties expected of a United States citizen. 25. Are you willing to perform work of national importance? Yes, I am willing to perform work of national importance if required by law. I understand that this may include civilian duties that support the safety, security, or welfare of the country. I recognize that citizenship involves responsibilities beyond personal benefits. I am prepared to serve and contribute to the United States in any lawful and meaningful way. I accept these obligations with respect and commitment. 26. What is the supreme law of the land? The supreme law of the land is the Constitution. It establishes the framework of the federal government and protects fundamental rights and freedoms. I understand that all laws must be consistent with the Constitution, and it guides the principles of democracy in the United States. As a future citizen, I am committed to supporting and upholding the Constitution and respecting its authority. 27. What does the Constitution do? The Constitution establishes the government, defines the powers of its branches, and protects the basic rights of the people. It creates a system of checks and balances to ensure that no branch becomes too powerful. I understand that it serves as the foundation of American democracy. As a future citizen, I respect its role in safeguarding freedoms and ensuring fairness under the law. 28. What are the first 10 amendments called? The first 10 amendments to the Constitution are called the Bill of Rights. They guarantee essential freedoms such as speech, religion, assembly, and the right to a fair trial. I understand that these rights protect individuals from government overreach. The Bill of Rights is fundamental to American democracy, and I value the protections it provides to all citizens and residents. 29. What is freedom of religion? Freedom of religion means that people can practice any religion they choose or choose not to follow a religion at all. The government cannot establish an official religion or interfere with religious practices. I understand that this right is protected by the First Amendment. It ensures diversity, tolerance, and respect among different faiths in the United States. 30. What is the economic system in the United States? The economic system in the United States is capitalism. This system allows individuals and businesses to own property and operate for profit. Prices and production are generally determined by supply and demand in a free market. I understand that capitalism encourages competition, innovation, and economic growth while operating within laws and regulations established by the government. 31. Who is in charge of the executive branch? The President is in charge of the executive branch. The President enforces federal laws, serves as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and represents the country internationally. I understand that the executive branch is one of 3 branches of government and works within a system of checks and balances. This structure helps maintain democratic governance. 32. Who makes federal laws? Congress makes federal laws. Congress consists of the Senate and the House of Representatives. Members of Congress propose, debate, and vote on legislation that affects the entire country. I understand that this legislative process ensures representation of the people and the states. It reflects democratic principles and provides balance within the federal government structure. 33. What are the 2 parts of the U.S. Congress? The 2 parts of the U.S. Congress are the Senate and the House of Representatives. Together, they form the legislative branch of government. The Senate represents the states equally, while the House represents the population based on district size. I understand that both chambers must approve a bill before it becomes law. 34. How many U.S. senators are there? There are 100 U.S. senators. Each state has 2 senators, regardless of population size. I understand that senators serve 6-year terms and represent the interests of their entire state. The Senate plays an important role in passing laws, confirming presidential appointments, and approving treaties. This structure ensures equal state representation. 35. How many voting members are in the House of Representatives? There are 435 voting members in the House of Representatives. The number of representatives from each state is based on population. Members serve 2-year terms and represent specific districts. I understand that the House plays a key role in initiating revenue bills and participating in the legislative process alongside the Senate. 36. Who is the current President of the United States? The current President of the United States is Joe Biden. The President leads the executive branch and is responsible for enforcing federal laws. I understand that the President also serves as Commander-in-Chief and represents the nation internationally. The position carries significant responsibility within the constitutional framework of government. 37. Who is the Vice President of the United States? The current Vice President of the United States is Kamala Harris. The Vice President supports the President and serves as President of the Senate. I understand that the Vice President may assume the presidency if necessary. This role is important in maintaining continuity and stability within the executive branch of government. 38. What is one right or freedom from the First Amendment? One right from the First Amendment is freedom of speech. This means individuals can express their opinions without government interference, within legal limits. I understand that this right is essential to democracy and open discussion. It allows citizens to share ideas, debate issues, and participate actively in public life. 39. What is the rule of law? The rule of law means that everyone must follow the law, including government officials. No person is above the law, and laws apply equally to all individuals. I understand that this principle ensures fairness, accountability, and justice within society. It is a fundamental concept of the American legal system. 40. Name one branch of government. One branch of government is the legislative branch. It is responsible for making federal laws and is composed of Congress, including the Senate and House of Representatives. I understand that it works alongside the executive and judicial branches within a system of checks and balances to maintain democratic governance. 41. What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Each branch has specific powers that limit the others. For example, the President can veto legislation, and the courts can review laws for constitutionality. I understand that this structure protects democracy and prevents abuse of authority. 42. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the military? The President of the United States is the Commander-in-Chief of the military. This means the President has ultimate authority over the armed forces. I understand that this role includes directing military operations and ensuring national security. It is an important responsibility within the executive branch. 43. What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance? When we say the Pledge of Allegiance, we show loyalty to the United States and the flag. The pledge expresses commitment to the nation and its democratic principles. I understand that it represents unity, patriotism, and respect for the country's values and freedoms. 44. When is Independence Day celebrated? Independence Day is celebrated on July 4th. It marks the adoption of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. I understand that this day honors the nation's founding and celebrates freedom and democracy. It is commonly observed with ceremonies, fireworks, and patriotic events throughout the country. 45. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? One responsibility that is only for United States citizens is serving on a jury. Jury service helps ensure fairness and justice in the legal system. I understand that this civic duty allows citizens to participate directly in upholding the rule of law. It reflects the importance of active involvement in democracy. Thank you for watching this complete guide to the top 45 N400 interview questions and answers. Preparation is the key to success, and reviewing these questions will help you feel confident and ready on interview day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others preparing for their citizenship journey. Good luck.